A very good evening, and thanks for clicking on to the late edition of Vogan's European Outlook for Thursday, the 4th of August. We, of course, have a scenario at the moment with the Madden-Julian Oscillation providing widespread sinking across the North Atlantic and edging into the British Isles. So that, to me, favours the potential for high pressure and the increased chance of warmth next week. It could still turn quite hot, but the models are kind of backing off slightly on some of those extreme runs that it had in the last couple of days for next week. But it is interesting how we're starting to see some indications that the Madden-Julian Oscillation could favour a more changeable and cooler outlook towards the middle portion of the month. Now, this is the GFS operational. This is the 200 millibar velocity potential anomalies here. You can see here that today and tomorrow what we've got is those oranges over the eastern portion of the Atlantic and edging towards Africa and the British Isles. So, like I say, I think we've got warmth coming our way next week, with low pressure becoming a little bit more dominant up towards Iceland and Greenland. The NAO is expected to go quite positive, as you can see here. So that in turn would favour, I think, more troughiness, deepening of Atlantic low pressure and up towards the Iceland area, and strengthening of the Azores high and building towards the British Isles here. But if you notice here that as we go through, and this is quite interesting, like I say, it's off the operational, it's not off the ensemble here. So you always kind of throw caution to the wind when it comes to individual model runs here. But notice here as I play through the loop, we start to lose eventually those oranges and actually replace them with greens towards Saturday the 13th of August here. We've got widespread sinking over the North Atlantic, over North America, and towards the British Isles here. So that possibly could favour lower pressure, lower heights over the North Atlantic and towards the British Isles and Western Europe here. So something worth keeping an eye on. Certainly the GFS ensemble isn't quite as bullish on that. If you notice, for the same time frame, we've got basically no real signal, no real indicator. It's all white, if you notice. So this actually indicates a significant weakening of the Madden-Julian Oscillation, which may mean that we don't get the same type of amplification of the pattern and whatnot. But certainly the GFS individual model runs are indicating actually for the same this period in which the operational is indicating actually a large scale upward motion over our part of the world. It's indicating that we have a buildup of pressure, a true negative North Atlantic Oscillation for Monday the 15th of August here. So notice here a strong area of high pressure centered over the North Atlantic towards Greenland. We've got a discharge of some very chilly air, may I add, for the time of the year, moving down across the British Isles. So we need to keep an eye on that towards the middle portion of the month. But certainly at the moment, we've got high pressure building its way into the British Isles. Currently, we've got that high to the west of the UK, area of low pressure up towards Norway. We've got a piece of some fairly chilly air in the mid levels of the atmosphere running between these two systems down over the British Isles, and that cool air aloft, of course, allows the upward motion, the development of shower clouds, and they will come in on a fairly brisk northwesterly airflow. So the temperatures at the surface markedly cooler as we go through the second half of this week and into the weekend. That area of high pressure then builds in. It's a fairly cool area of high pressure. There's not a lot of warmth in that high, and therefore we keep the temperatures fairly suppressed overall. Then, as we go into the early portion of next week, we've got a new area of low pressure that kind of comes off Greenland. It deepens the trough over the North Atlantic. It therefore also helps downstream to push high pressure over the British Isles eastwards, as we see the trough deepening over Greenland and over the North Atlantic. The area of high pressure over the British Isles moves east, and therefore we keep our eyes on Spain, Portugal, and the air mass over this region. We may see that lifting north. certainly the latest GFS is indicating this. Notice the areas of low pressure coming off Greenland over the northwest Atlantic, over the Baffin Straits. As that sinks south, you're then kind of pushing some of that heat from the south northwards here. That area of warmth over Spain and Portugal is not going to go anywhere with that area of high pressure centered over the British Isles that basically acts as a blocker, so to speak. If that high, however, moves east with deep in the trough over the Atlantic, that area of warmth over Iberia and the southwest of Europe will then be allowed to lift northwards here. So, of course, the Mount-Julian Oscillation is in a favourable mode to see that northward progression of heat from the south, and you can see that the GFS run, this is one individual model run, of course. We need to take this with somewhat of a pinch of salt, but you notice here that it tries to move north, but it comes up against resistance of the trough and low pressure coming down from the south, the trough in the upper atmosphere. But it's very interesting that overall outcome here towards the period Monday the 15th of August here. So certainly a very complex setup. There's no question about that. And nothing can be written in stone. But it's nonetheless interesting to see that, we've got this surge of heat coming up from the south next week. But beyond that period, could we see something quite the opposite taking place? That is a possibility overall. So just a few thoughts on this Thursday evening. It's a bit of a ramble, I suppose. I don't have anything really set in stone. I've got a lot of things going on personally at the moment. But like I said in the previous couple of videos, a lot of good things going on, but I'm very busy when it comes to my work life and also home life as well. So yeah, I'm trying to keep up with everything as best I can. So that's it for today. I do appreciate you watching. Please drop a comment and let me know what you think about the models at the moment. And please like, share, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep you posted as best I can. I'll hopefully be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.